I'd like you to know that my son was a great kid. Give me a minute. He had many friends. He had a loving family. He had such a great wit about him, and he was very methodical and did all the right things. By the time he was 8 years old, he had experienced a lifetime of loss. He felt he was the only person who had ever experienced so much tragedy in his early life. When my husband passed away suddenly with a heart attack, Mark felt very alone. He was in one of those dark places. I went to his apartment and found him. He had shot himself. When I drove up, I saw him at the picnic table, and I found him, and I was able to hold him and touch him before the police got there and before his counselor got there, because I knew I wouldn't get to do that later.
I grew up in Whiteville, North Carolina. It's a small town where mental illness wasn't really covered that much. In high school, I lost one of my best friends to suicide. I found him, I tried CPR, but it was too late. It changed everyone who loved him and me forever. When I got to NC State, I saw even more lives lost to suicide. In just a few years, we lost more than 15 students to suicide, and because of that, I felt like I needed to be part of a solution. Upon joining Sigma Pi Fraternity, I became the philanthropy chair, and I noticed that we had hosted a 5K in honor of Mark. I knew I wanted to recreate an event like that again. So I reached out to his mom, Marilyn, and we decided to relaunch the event. Through that, we decided to partner with the Foundation of Hope. And I'm really proud to say that in the past 2 years of hosting this event, we've raised over $30,000 for research. That research, especially new digital tools, is really important. I just wish that my friend, the classmates that I lost, and Mark had had access to this technology.
Over the past decade, we've seen tremendous increases in rates of anxiety, depression, and other mood disorders in our children and adolescents. And access to evidence-based mental health care services is becoming increasingly limited. The repercussions extend far beyond the youth themselves and really impact the communities.
There's a statistic that clearly drives my work, and that is that adolescents are more likely to die by their own hands than by any other medical illness. Suicide is the second leading cause of death among our young people in the United States. And that's the reason why I do what I do in my research. My colleagues here in CHAAMP, we are focused on helping kids thrive and treating their concerns rather than ever reaching that point.
The mission of CHAAMP is to advance the prevention and treatment of youth anxiety and mood disorders and to extend evidence-based, research-backed treatment solutions to communities in North Carolina and beyond. This year, CHAAMP is taking a huge step forward in the area of digital mental health interventions, and we are thrilled to bring in the expert, Dr. Ben Buck.
I'm really excited to be here and to be a part of the CHAAMP program. What started me in the digital was just realizing how few people get the mental health services that they need. We have a fragmented mental health system. People are often pulling together support from lots of different places. So often you're traveling long distances, you don't know where to go, and you might be scared to talk to somebody. This year, CHAAMP is launching a series of digital mental health innovations. Some of those include apps for young adults at risk for psychosis and also apps for their family, caregivers, and supports. The first place people look when they're confused by their experiences or something their loved one is going through is online. The vision is that we will create a suite of tools that anybody in the state of North Carolina can receive whenever they might need that support or their loved one might need that support.
Stories like Andrew's and Marilyn's are what are at the heart of Foundation of Hope. It's inspiring to see the next generation of young people stepping up to the work, but we all have a role to play. Together, we can create new research and new resources like digital mental health innovations that will make a real impact on the lives of young people who need it the most.
At 21, I've seen more than my share of tragedy. It's everywhere, and we can't ignore this crisis. The tools to help are already in our pocket. We just need the research to make them work better for more people. Imagine the lives that we can save if we start right now.
this doesn't bring my son back, but it may save somebody else's son or daughter, what we're able to do here today. My hope is that there'll be fewer and fewer and then no parents sitting in my seat.